smash the like button, and subscribe. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
I lean towards him.
Okay. If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2004.
And what month?
October.
And how old are you again?
21.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Well, just because I'm a Republican. I was born and raised to be a Republican.
Okay. And like, what particular values or views do you have, or policies do you support that align with being Republican?
I support, traditional views like men and women should be married to each other, have kids, start a family, and all that.
And is it wrong for people to get married if they're gay?
I personally don't have a problem with it, but I mean, they can.
Okay. Alrighty. So then what's your point? You want people to get in families and have kids. Is Trump really representing that by cheating on every single one of his wives?
Is there solid concrete proof of this?
Yep. He
Or
paid
is it
hush
just
money to Stormy
outrageous?
Daniels because he cheated on his wife.
Cheat on his wife. Oh. Well, that sounds like personal matters to me. That has nothing to do with politics.
Okay. Well, I'm just talking about what they're representing in terms of these values. If you want to bring about more families, then how do you feel about her wanting to, Kamala Harris wanting to expand the child tax credit to a greater extent than Donald Trump did?
Well, she's trying to charge taxes on
No,
children.
to reduce taxes on working families by giving them a child tax credit.
Tax credit as in they'll get more money?
Yeah, it will reduce your taxes by this much.
Well, I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
if you want to pay single parent households, yeah.
Okay, so then if you don't see an issue with that, then why don't you support Kamala Harris over Trump?
Because I trust Trump more.
Why?
Because, well, he tackles different problems that are bigger
Such as?
and more, like, our involvement in war.
So Trump started a war with Iran.
He's backing the war. They're one
He
of the sides that
he
war.
started the war with Iran.
He started, okay. Yeah.
I thought, what happened in No New Wars? They left. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. List in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the TikTok screen, everybody. Alrighty. Do give us a quick second. If you send a guest request, everybody, and you don't meet that criteria on the TikTok screen and you intentionally send a guest request, you will get blocked, just letting you know. So do not send a guest request if you do not meet that criteria. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
No. Can I ask you a question, though?
Did you just hear me?
No. No, I have someone you should...
Hey, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the TikTok screen. If you intentionally send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria on the TikTok screen, you will get blocked, okay? Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you do not meet that criteria on the TikTok screen and you intentionally send a guest request, I will block you. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Wait, I'm 21.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do. But before I start, can you please tell your fans do not come texting me, spamming me,
Yeah, of
death
course.
threats, all of that. I don't got
Of course,
time for
don't
that.
do that. Of course, don't do that.
I am just stating my opinion, my belief. My belief can change over this conversation, but it's not gonna change if people that are on the outside are coming to me sending death threats. That don't do nothing but fuel what I believe.
Okay,
in.
of course I don't agree with that. Why would I agree with that?
I don't know. That's what Dean just sent all his goons at me.
Dean did
Just
not
for
send
Dean.
his followers to give you death threats. That's not true.
That's exactly what they just did, all because I said
Okay,
that
but-
black people.
But wait, did
Richard.
Dean send people to do that himself?
Okay, well, he didn't send them himself, but they came from
Okay.
his lab.
But
you
he would
know,
disagree
and-
with that. So then why'd you just try to represent it as if he sent them himself?
Well, they're strongly representing him. So I'm just saying.
Wait, so to
before I
clarify,
say my belief.
do you agree that Dean did not send them and that you were wrong for trying to act like it was Dean that sent them?
Well, I was wrong for saying Dean had sent them. I never acted like he did. No.
You did. You did say that.
Oh my God. Okay, let's start the conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I say my stance here is that I support the wait, hold on a second. I support the Trump movement because of the construction business right now and how it's going. A lot of the construction companies tend to hire immigrants for lower wages and for lower wages, so they don't got to pay the American citizens the amount of money that we deserve to be paid. And then, mind you, these same immigrants are going to go do some of the world's most dangerous jobs, like electrical work. People are passing away every single day from doing electrical work. And, I believe not only just us American citizens, but also them immigrants should be paid the right amount of money that they should be paid as electricians, as carpenters, as plumbers, as all of these things, instead of us just allowing them to come here, live in impoverished conditions, and have them work these jobs, these horrible jobs that can harm them for life, and have them getting these low $13 an hour, $10 an hour, $20 an hour. That's not okay in this country. And that's my stance on it.
Okay. So, immigration over the past 30 years has actually led to an increase in wages for natural-born U.S. citizens. So the argument that they decrease wages is not true. If you're saying specifically undocumented immigrants, which are forced to take lower than market wages because of the threat of mass deportation, right, are going to take less than market wages, well, the way to address that is by providing a legal pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, where specifically they have an incentive to identify themselves to authorities, which would then give them the ability to have market wages because of the fact that they wouldn't be under the threat of mass deportation. Right, along with the fact that it would allow for law enforcement to focus on those that have committed violent crimes and bad crimes to a greater extent, because they wouldn't be so focused on those that have just come to our country for a better life.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can't just keep accepting people who want to come here for a better life. There's a lot of people around the world who wants to come to America for a better life. We just can't accept everybody into the country when our people are already not being able to buy houses, not being able to afford food, groceries, all not able to afford gas. We're not able to afford a lot of things in our country, and we're trying to add more people here. And that's not going to do nothing but cause more poverty. We ain't doing nothing but putting them back at the bottom. And that's just going to be the next generation of people who are going to be asking for like Social Security benefits. And that's just going to start a whole new generation of people on Social Security. And it's all different type of things that are going to come from us just bringing these immigrants here. It's not just, giving them a better life. You're basically putting these people into a trap that they are 9 times out of 10 not finna get out of. And we're allowing this to happen. It's basically modern day slavery for these people, basically. And we're sitting back allowing this to happen because they want a better life.
Okay, so if you're allowing people to legally immigrate to the country, it wouldn't be modern day slavery. Plus, legal immigration isn't harming us. It not only does it positively impact wages for natural-born U.S. citizens, it positively impacts the GDP, productivity. The deficit has decreased by $14.5 trillion over the past 30 years because of immigration, right, which is around $450 billion to $500 billion per year because of immigrants' reduction in the deficit. So immigrants are not a net loss to our society. They're a net gain, and they actually help us deal with other problems that we already have.
Yeah, but what about the influx in American workers now going to blue collar jobs instead of white collar jobs due to the AI boom? A lot of American youth are starting to go trade route than going to college because they see what's going on with the AI. What are we going to do when they need jobs?
I don't have a source on that actually.
Oh my God.
And I don't see how that would have anything to do with immigrants.
Trade. United States team.
I can't hear you. You need sweat. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. You have to look out.
What was the CNN?
Go ahead. What was the title?
What was the CNN article?
And the title is?
It was about teens going to trade school.
Okay. So that's not. So you're saying teens go to trade school because of AI?
No, it was just an article about an influx of teens going to trade school. It was something. It was a minute ago, like 2020. I read about this. It was one of the main reasons I actually went to trade school. It was because of the AI thing, and I read about it.
Okay, so it actually tells you the opposite. So it says because of the fact that AI is upending entry-level jobs, teens tell you that they're responding in such a way in which they're going to try to develop other sorts of like skills. So they're not saying that they're not going to college.
It was this one.
They're
The
actually
job
telling you
market
what
is
they're
so tough.
doing.
Young people are struggling to land internships.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that people are not going to college.
No, I'm saying this article confirms that students are having a hard time getting them internships, which is usually for trade schools, because immigrants already have them positions.
Okay, what's the title?
The job market is tough. Young people are struggling to land internships.
The job market
But it don't
is
talk
tough.
about.
Wait, the job market is tough. What else?
They said the job market is tough. Let me go back to the top. So I had everything highlighted. The job market is tough. Young people are struggling to land internships. It was April 2026. This one was.
Okay, and this is from CNN?
Yeah, by Brian Mena.
Okay, I see this. Okay, so where does it say immigrants are the problem?
I didn't say that the article says that. I'm saying these
That's
people
exactly
are
what you
immigrants.
just claimed.
But they're not going to say that immigrants are the problem. But I'm telling you now,
Okay.
that is the main reason. A lot of immigrants are inside.
So what's
of
your
our
source
union
for that?
positions.
What's your source that immigrants are the problem?
Well, obviously, they're not supposed to be working in them positions, so there's not going to be no source.
I'm waiting.
for
I'm
that
waiting.
information.
What's the source that immigration is the problem here? You don't have a source?
These are things that I've seen working. These things that I've seen, nigga, with my own eyes.
So there's
Immigrants.
there's absolutely no source of this. You're not providing an argument at all.
Oh my God. Well, I can only tell you for what I see.
Okay,
It's-
but I understand. But if you can't provide any evidence of this being true, then why would we believe you?
Well, you don't gotta believe me. You can go out here into these job workplaces and actually find out this information and stop listening to stuff on the internet. The
Well-
internet does not put the whole information out. CNN is not gonna go to the
Then
Chicago
why did you just cite a
Union
CNN
organization.
article?
Well, them the only ones y'all trust. I'm not gonna show no Fox News article. You're gonna say that that's false. That's fake news. I'm gonna have to show you news articles that
If you showed me a
trust.
Fox News
CBS,
article, I'll
CNN.
at least evaluate the information.
Oh, let me try to find it.
Okay. So I don't see how immigrants are the problem here. I think immigrants actually help us deal with all the other problems that we have within our society. They're a net benefit, not a net loss. It's just giving us more tools to help out the population, not taking away from our ability to help the population.
Bro, what my stance is, like, okay, never mind. It's good. It's good, man. Y'all people believe in what y'all believe in. There's no way of me saying what I believe in without people, making it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you worked in the union, you're in these union positions, predominantly of people who get the work, who actually get work, are people who are not from this country. Sadly, that's what happens. And there's no documents
Again, there's
about
just
it because
no
don't
source for
news
this at all.
articles
Like,
come
there's
out
no
and
source
go
for this.
to-
Around
Because don't
15% of the
news-
country, around 15% of the country are foreign-born. Okay, that includes legal citizens. Okay, so you saying a majority of people in the particular field that you're referencing are immigrants, right? Could be true, but there's not really good reason to believe that they're like taking it from you in that context. That makes
They're
no
not taking it
sense.
from us. Corporations are choosing to hire them over hiring American citizens due to the high
Wait,
pay.
immigrants are American citizens.
Well, I'm talking. Okay, wait. I misclarified. Illegal immigrants,
Okay.
undocumented immigrants.
So provide a legal pathway
Undocumented.
for those undocumented immigrants so that they do take market wages because they're not under the threat of mass deportation.
Well, I guess it's okay then. Well, immigrants should be able to take our jobs. Electrical fields.
They're not taking your job. Like
Yes,
there's
they
just
do.
no good
Sadly.
argument indicating that to be true.
Sadly, bro. Sadly.
They actually increase the employment rates of natural-born U.S. citizens. Again, we're talking about legal immigration. The reason why you're saying that an undocumented immigrant would take less than market wages, and that's why you're saying they're taking your jobs, is because of the fact that they're under a threat of mass deportation. Get rid of the threat of mass
Have you ever
deportation.
worked in the construction field?
No. Have you?
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, well, you see the news already. The Democratic news, they already show how the ICE agents are going to Home Depot, picking up them people who they say are hardworking people, right? Them are hardworking people, right? The people outside of Home Depot. Them are undocumented people. When they get paid under the table with cash money. They don't
How many
pay
times have
taxes.
what did I say in response to this already?
Oh my God. They don't pay their taxes for that.
They do.
That's not getting paid back in taxes.
Undocumented immigrants paid over $100 billion in taxes in 2022.
Guess them are the people who are working legal jobs, who have got landed jobs. I'm talking about the people who have not been able to land jobs, the people who are standing outside of Home
We
Depot.
have
Them
worse.
people
We
are
had the
not.
worst year of job growth in the past 4 years because of Trump's administration imposing tariffs,
Do
not
you think
because of
it's probably not
immigrants,
because
but
we
because
don't
Donald
have
Trump
a
imposed
room to keep
tariffs.
letting people in? Maybe it's
It
probably
has, no,
because
it has
people.
nothing to do with that.
Okay, no.
It has nothing to do with immigrants coming to the country. It has everything to do with Donald Trump's destructive economic policy. And the more that you scapegoat immigrants specifically for these problems, the less you're actually going to be able to solve these problems.
We're not going to be able to solve none of the problems. Okay, one of the main problems
Because
in the
you're
United
so
States,
focused on
people.
immigrants and not the actual people that are causing the problems.
Okay, well, if I say the real people who are causing the problems, I'm gonna be Semitic, so I can't say that. So we're going to say the other
Did you mean
people
to
who
say
are causing the
anti-Semitic?
problem. Yes. So we're going to say the
So
other
to
people who are
clarify,
also causing the problem.
Jewish people do not
There,
control
it can be
all
two
of
people.
society. Israel does have disproportionate influence in this country, but Israel and Zionists are not the same as Jewish people. You know that there's a distinction, right?
No, yeah, I know.
Okay. So
I'm
Jewish
saying,
people do not control everything. There's no good argument to say that either.
yes, they do. But
Okay.
we're
Okay.
not
So
even
then
gonna get into
what's
that.
okay? So you said Jewish people control everything, right?
Yeah, they control majority of the media. Media companies are ran by Jewish donors who then say you can't say this on this on
Okay.
this. They
So
don't
you
want you
said
to
a
say this.
majority of media is controlled specifically by Jewish people. Is that what you said?
Yeah, by Jewish owners. Yeah.
Okay. What's your source?
Well, CNN,
Go ahead and
CNN
find. Go ahead
major
and find.
donor,
Go ahead and find a
PBS
title.
major donor
Go ahead
is
and find a
APAC.
title. Go ahead and find a title. I'd love to see it.
Okay, you can look at their financial reports.
Yeah.
Look
Go
up
ahead.
CNN
What's your
financial reports
No,
and
no.
look.
What's your source that proportionally speaking, most of the individuals that are running
I
media
just told
companies
you their
specifically
financial,
are Jewish?
their CEOs.
Yeah, I'm
They
waiting. What's the
openly say
source?
they're Jewish.
What's
These are
the
CEOs that are
Hey,
openly
dude,
saying they're
I know, but
Jewish.
you're talking about proportionalities. Not that there's one
Yes.
company or two companies specifically that have Jewish people in it, but you're saying a majority of individuals in which are specifically CEOs or controlling of media companies are specifically Jewish. That's what you said. So what's your argument?
I did not say majority. I wasn't meaning like the whole majority, like 50% of the people.
Okay,
The 50% of Jewish
so
people.
you
I'm
just mean that
saying
there's a
the elite.
disproportionate amount of Jewish people in
Okay,
media?
there's a group of people named APAC out here in this country
That's
that
that's the
lobbies for
American
Israel.
Israel pack. Okay, so like
Exactly, and they
let me clarify.
lobbying for
Let
other
me
countries.
clarify. Let me
What is
clarify.
you?
Holy shit.
So you a part of
So
APAC, man? Come on,
no, I'm
man.
not. What are you
Don't do me
talking
like
about?
that.
So
All right,
so
here's your
so
excuse.
so can I please address this? So in terms of this, what you're not understanding is you were making a claim that majority. Now you're not making a claim it's a majority. You're just saying disproportionate levels of influence within media. Okay, so that's not controlling everything.
Okay, how did we even get on this topic?
You said Jewish
I,
people control everything. You said that you
I
were going to be.
said you
You said if
said
I
we
really say
blame
what I'm going to
everything
say,
on
I'm going to be
immigrants. I said I can
anti-Semitic. So I'm
blame it
like,
on the
okay,
other
do you think
people
Jewish
too, the
people control everything?
Semitics.
You said yes.
That's what you said. I just said yes to it. I didn't say it out my own mouth. That's not
But
what I fully said. You
what?
said, do you think that they just control everything?
Yeah,
I did not
and
say
you
that.
said
I think they
yes.
control everything. They control majority of media
Okay,
outlets.
wait. Majority
That
means
includes CBS. The
listen,
main majority, and majority, I
listen.
mean the main media outlets that everybody sees,
What does
CNN,
majority
CBS.
mean? What does majority mean?
The ones,
It
okay,
means more than 50%, right?
yeah.
Okay, so but you just said that you don't believe it was more than
Okay,
50%.
the main companies, bro. Come on,
Okay.
Parker. You know what I'm talking
Okay, so
about.
then that just doesn't matter. Who cares? What's your point? Saying that some companies that are large are
Okay,
owned by
that does
Jewish
not.
people is not an argument that Jewish people control all of society.
Oh no, that's not the problem that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jewish people go inside of multiple United States communities, move in, have people move out, then lobby inside of them communities to shut down American schools, public schools, just so they can have their Jewish schools opened up.
Where?
Yeah, that
Where?
in New York, Chicago.
So Jewish schools. Are you
Okay.
saying private schools?
Yes, their Jewish private schools are being
Okay.
funded by the United States taxpayer dollar.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And say that's wrong,
What
please.
specific school?
Oh, why y'all always do that? Like I know exactly what school. I read the article. It was in New Jersey. I don't know what Pacific
And
school.
so it was in New York, now it's in New Jersey.
Where's in New York, New Jersey? I think of them
So then
both as the
what's a
same to me.
single source that
So,
says this?
oh, well, I seen that. It was a YouTuber who went over there and did that.
Okay,
And
so
he hadn't figured
a
out about that.
YouTuber claiming a YouTuber did this is not a good source.
He is a journalist though. Saying that a CNN artist is not a good source. Saying CBS is not a good source
You're
either.
just
then.
claiming those.
What?
What's the title?
The title of the video?
Sure.
Okay. Tyler Jewish Community. Look up Tyler Jewish Community. I think his name Tyler.
That's not a CNN individual.
And I said
You just want me to watch some random.
He's an independent
I don't care.
journalist.
I don't care about some
You're
random
an
journalist on
independent
YouTube.
journalist too. What is
Yeah,
you
and I'm not a
talking about?
source. And I'm not a source. I wouldn't cite myself, genius.
Of course, I'm not citing myself, genius.
Yeah,
I'm
you just
citing
cited some random YouTuber.
Yeah, Tyler Avler.
You
He
you
was
just
the one.
cited
He
some random
goes
YouTuber.
around exposing these communities that are taking
Yeah,
money
you
from
literally
taxpayer dollars.
you literally are
That's what he's
citing
doing.
dude. You're citing a YouTuber, right?
Yes. Just like people cite you and Dean when I be
You
having
don't.
debates with
You
people, they
don't.
cite y'all. Yes, they do. Yes,
You
they
do
do.
not do
Yes, they
not
do.
then do not
People
cite.
do reference stuff that y'all say.
Okay, but
They
that
say,
is
I heard this in the Dean or in Dean live.
okay. Well,
Yes.
that's so. Let me tell you
Okay,
something.
so
Let me tell you something. That's not a justified source. Saying Parker Get a Job said this is not a source. That's nuts. Okay. Are you
excuse me,
serious? Do you think that's a legit
that's
source?
a YouTube video. These
Yeah.
are real life.
Yeah, you are not going to cite Parker Get a Job. What are you talking about, bro? The source you provide is not Parker Get a Job said this. That's not a source. You might say Parker Get a Job said this, and this is the source that he provided. You're not going to say
Okay, where am I
Parker
supposed to
Get a
get the
Job
information
said this, therefore it's true. What?
Okay, please help me and inform me to become a better researcher. Tell me where should I get my information from, and only where I should get my information from, please.
Yeah, go find something on AP News, NPR, PBS, Reuters, or some sort of legitimate media source that you can reference information from that you've actually fact-checked yourself. Actually
What
look up
makes them
things.
okay? How am I going to fact check it if I'm not going there myself? If I'm not going to these places myself, how can I fact check them? I can't go to Gaza.
I
to
just
see
told
if
you to go look at
Israel is
them.
doing them things to
I
them. How do
literally
know
just
that?
told you to go look at them.
You just told me to confirm, use a trusted source. That's a trusted source is somebody who other people trust, who other people also trust to get their news from, right?
AP News, NPR, PBS,
Okay,
and
and I'm
Reuters.
going, and I just cited somewhere where other people trust to get their news from.
Yeah,
So,
saying
and
some
how is it
random
not able to
YouTuber
be
is not a
cited?
source. Stop talking. That's ridiculous. Like, do you actually think I should engage with this? Like, this is such a waste of time. Like, genuinely. All you're coming up on my live stream and saying is, oh, I watched some random YouTube video, therefore it's true. Are you serious,
I seen
dude?
the whole video. I really watched the whole video. It was really like I was there.
Okay, alrighty.
Oh,
No
man.
way, you're serious. You're just not serious.
Bro, like, about the immigration and the black people, young black teens, that's what I'm really here to advocate for. Young black
Okay, can you
teens
name
are
one
trying to
policy?
start.
Can you name one policy that Trump has passed that's benefited black people in this country?
What was that act called? It was the First Act or Second Step Act, or was it?
The First Step Act, which was
First Step
bipartisan,
Act,
and
yeah.
Kamala Harris also helped with that bill. Okay, I'll give you that, but that was
Okay,
a bipartisan
cool.
bill. Is there anything unique to Trump that you like?
I like the stubbornness. He actually stands on what he says he's going to do. He says he's going to raise down oil prices. He actually went to the Middle East and start bombing them people. That's
He
the
said
only
he
way
was
you're
going to reduce
raise
gas
down oil
prices. He increased gas prices. He said he was
Yeah.
going to do no new wars. He has started a war. He said he was going to release the Epstein files. He hasn't released the Epstein files, even though Melania is asking him to.
He released 3 million pages, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
bro.
and there's over 6 million.
Okay, he released 3 million. How many did
Yeah.
Obama and Biden release again?
Yeah, so he was legally obligated to release all of them. Under the Obama and Biden administration, there was no legal obligation to release them because there was no law that Congress passed to do so. Plus, it was sealed up through 2024. I don't know what you're talking about. And there were investigations into co-conspirators and Ghislaine Maxwell into 2025.
Well, they released over 3 million pages. I feel like that's good enough.
Yeah, nope,
need a
it's
lot of
not, because they
victims
were
for this.
legally obligated to release all of them.
Why do y'all want to release all of them?
Because
Like, what is that?
we
What is
want-
that going to clear?
because
They're
we-
not going to arrest them people. They're not going to
They
arrest
should
them.
be. They should
The
be,
Fed-
because we want justice for the victims, justice for the survivors, and we do want accountability. That's what we want. And when this is not being released, that is not accountability. When they are not holding
it's
these
not like
people
we-
accountable, that is not accountability. You understand that we want them to be held accountable, and we want the information to be out.
Well, the Democrats aren't doing that. They don't want that.
They are. They all voted for the release of the Epstein files.
Yeah, they all voted for the release of the files. But these people have been here. This information, they been knew this stuff was been going on, and they still haven't did nothing about it.
So, by the
So,
way, you understand that that would just be the Attorney General. There was an independent DOJ under the Biden administration, and also what you're not taking into consideration is that they would have to pass some sort of legislation, right? Which, by the way, there wasn't enough support to do until Trump was in office, right? And in 2025, when it was already unsealed, when there was already a bunch of support, and there was already push and a pressure to do so. All Democrats voted for it. Donald Trump didn't want them released, and he called Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor when she when she wanted to get the Epstein files released.
oh well, yeah. I can't argue that dude is a weirdo. He is a weirdo. A lot of our politicians is, yes. And
Okay,
that
so-
includes the Democrats. Yes.
So then why don't you stop
All
supporting
of them
Trump?
need
And
to
by the
be-
way, I'll still be able to hear you. I just have to go run and grab a charger.
Will I stop supporting Trump? Oh yeah, for sure. Like as far as if the election was to re-happen again right now type stuff, not voting for him. But yeah, as far as the re-election happening right now, probably want to vote for him. I would.
But
I would
why?
vote
Like,
for him.
why would you vote for him? That's what I'm asking you.
I said I wouldn't vote for him again. I would vote probably Bernie Sanders because he's actually been out. with the
Bernie
people
Sanders
actually
was
trying-
not a candidate.
If he wasn't a candidate,
Bernie Sanders
then-
wasn't a candidate.
no, I'm saying if they did the election over again right now, and Bernie Sanders wasn't a candidate, and it was Kamala versus Trump again, I'm gonna have to vote Trump again. I'm sorry.
Why?
Because, bro, she can't be the first black female president. I'm sorry. She has to represent black people way more than that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
wait. What about her was bad?
She was just too white. Like she was too
She
scared
was
to be
too
herself.
white. What does that even
Like she
mean?
was too scared to be herself. She
Wait,
didn't
so
wanna
you
be
voted
herself.
you
Like, look
voted
at
for
Obama.
Donald
Obama-
Trump, the racist white guy, because you think Kamala Harris, the black woman, was too white?
She's not a white person. She's not a black person like that.
She is a black
denounced her
person.
blackness.
She is
She
a
went
black
around
person.
saying she was Native
She is
American.
black. What do you mean she's not black?
But then, like, look at Obama. Every time he
Wait.
walk around, he ain't scared to go dap up somebody. He ain't scared
Wait,
to
so
look a little unprofessional.
your argument is that
sometimes.
Kamala Harris
He
isn't
wanna
black.
be over professional.
This is the most ridiculous argument ever. Do you think Barack Obama is
I know,
black?
She don't act like other black people. She tried to.
What do
be
you wait?
So
How do you?
nice. She
Okay,
tried
so
to be
so
too
tell me.
nice.
So tell me how
That's
does she
why.
have to act in order to be black under your view?
Well, shoot, she gotta act strong. She gotta be strong out there. She can't just be soft and allowing Trump
What
to
makes
call
you think
her
that
a
she's not
HOO,
she's not strong?
And she just sat there and allowed that to happen. No,
She
she's supposed
allowed
to get
she,
on
wait,
that
she
stage
allowed
and
him
treat
to wait, she allowed Trump to call her what?
HOO. I can't say the same word, but HOO.
Okay.
She let them call her that, and she was supposed to get on that
She
stage.
didn't
and
let
treat
them
him.
call her that. She disagreed with
you're
that, and
supposed to
she
say-
provided pushback for that. So that's not her letting that happen.
That-
Why don't you say that you don't support Trump because he did call her that?
I don't support. I support. Well, man, she's not a black candidate. Maybe
She literally is
Um,
black. And also, by the way, her actions, whatever actions she does make, doesn't make her not black. What are you talking about? That makes
Jasmine
zero
Crockett.
sense. What do you mean an action that she could take that could mean that she's not black? That makes
Because she
zero
don't-
sense at all.
She acts scared. She act like she don't
So
want to act.
no,
herself.
explain
She
to me
don't
how
act
one of her
herself.
actions would make her not black. Wait, I have a question. Could
Because
you
she don't
wait?
act
I have a question.
herself.
Could you engage in actions that would make you not black?
Well, shoot, I'm black as it can be. So
Yeah. So could you
yeah.
engage in any action that would make you not black anymore?
Yeah, so say for instance, like I was to run for a political party and I was to get up there and start talking like I grew up like talking like just so polished. She was too polished, bro. That's how it is, bro. You didn't act herself. Like,
What? Wait, hold up. Pause. So you just said you just said she was. So if you act quote unquote polished, which I don't even know what the fuck that means, that would make you not black. That makes no sense. How would you stop being
Yeah.
black because you acted a certain way?
I'll-
What type of crazy argument is this, dude?
oh,
Are you saying because
like-
Kamala Harris code switched, that means that she's not black? Are you saying
No,
black
that means
people
that
that
she
code
don't
switch
know-
aren't black? Is that what your argument
No,
is?
that means that she's clear as they have an identity crisis.
That
She don't know which
code,
side she
code
wanna be.
switching is not an identity crisis.
She's having an identity crisis. She don't
Wait,
know which one she
also I have a
wanna be.
question.
She's
Do,
mixed.
do you think Obama was quote unquote polished?
Yes. No, he was black. He was unapologetically black.
Wait, so
he'll
I've-
walk
so-
in that
so-
room and he'll jog down the stairs.
So to clarify,
he'll run across
so to
the
clarify,
room,
so to
jog
clarify,
across the
so to
room.
clarify, do you think that Obama was quote unquote polished under your view?
Well, he was himself. He was himself. Obama was Barack Obama. He was
Okay.
himself, unapologetically. And anytime anybody said something, he still was himself.
Okay, I don't understand how you're saying that
attention.
Kamala Harris wasn't herself because she code switched. You code switching doesn't mean that you're not yourself.
She don't act how she acts at home. She don't act
Wait,
how she
wait,
acts in her
do you
house.
act the same in front of your friends as you act in front of your parents?
No, but I would
No,
want
so
my
wait,
United
I have a
States
question.
president
Are
to
you
act herself.
dishonest in front of your friends or your parents because you act differently amongst your friends versus your parents?
No, I'm not supposed to be honoring my friends. No, that's the
Okay,
difference. The
wait, so to
president is
clarify,
supposed to be
so
honoring
you're
us.
dishonest. So you're dishonest because you act differently with your family than you act with your friends.
that's
That's
not-
so
that's
crazy. How
not
are
bad
you
enough
so
for me.
dishonest? What is such a horrible person? You're so dishonest. How could anyone at all acknowledge that you're a good human being, even though you literally have just acknowledged that you act differently with your family than you act with your friends? Like what?
Well, shoot.
Come on, that doesn't make
Trump
you
don't act like
dishonest.
that. Trump
That
act
doesn't
like
make you
himself.
dishonest because you
That's
act
what the United
differently
States
in
people
different
want.
contexts. That makes literally zero sense.
But that's what the people want, though. People want people who act themselves, who don't have.
I do
their
think
true
Kamala Harris was
personality.
acting
When she
herself. I
was-
don't think her code switching means she wasn't acting as herself.
I don't think she was acting herself.
What are you talking about?
She talks so soft, like she act like she was shy. She was scared to beat us. She was nervous
I
to beat us.
I don't think that's true. I think that she was incredibly
Hi.
confident. Did you watch the debates?
Everybody.
Did you watch the debates?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and she
I
sounded
watched the one
incredibly
debate that they
confident,
did have.
and she confidently dog walked Trump.
Yes, she did win that debate, but she didn't seem
Oh,
confident
wait!
enough
So
to
you
beat.
wait! You acknowledge that she won that debate, and you don't think she
won
was
the
confident?
Debate, but she won a debate, but she didn't have nothing to really back up a lot of the stuff she was saying. Like she said
Really?
good stuff. Like she said price gouging. We're going to focus on price gouging. We're going to stop corporations from stealing land from homeowners. She was saying good stuff, but it's just like where you been at this whole time, and nobody like she ain't really run a political campaign.
She
behind
did.
what
She
was
did
saying.
run a political campaign. She had over 70 plus pages in her policy to do so. And plus, Trump was president already. Why didn't Trump do everything that he said he was going to do when he was president?
Because he only had 4 years to do it.
Okay, so couldn't you say the same thing about Kamala Harris?
No, she was a vice.
Oh,
president.
you're being so dishonest.
What? She's
You
a
can't
vice
you can't
president.
say
She
you
couldn't
can't
do
say
nothing.
she I don't take into account anything that she says specifically that she's running on because she could have already done it when she was in office, while also simultaneously saying that Trump, oh, you do take into account the things that he's saying, even though he was already in office because he
He's
only
a
had 4
vice.
years to do so. At that point, Kamala Harris had less than 4 years and she wasn't even president. She was vice president. So like the argument you're making is literally incoherent gibberish.
Yeah, she was a vice president. She did not run a political party, and I'm sorry, I was not going to vote for her. She,
Yeah,
like,
but you can't mention anything that she
But
did. that-
Jasmine Crockett, yes, I would vote for her. She's a strong.
Well,
black
I'm so
woman.
confused. What is the relevant
Independent.
difference between Jasmine Crockett and Kamala Harris that means you would support
She
Jasmine
don't
Crockett
simp
but not
up.
Kamala Harris?
Okay, one of the main things I like about
Jasmine Crockett would
she's
laugh
not
at you.
scared-
Jasmine
she's not
Crockett would
scared
say
to
that you are.
change
Wait,
her
what
point
would
of
Jasmine
view.
Crockett tell you to do right now? Would Jasmine Crockett say to support Harris over Trump?
I don't think she would say any of that. She would just let me talk.
She literally did vote for
She
Harris.
would let you talk. I've seen her videos. She's
no, and
talked
she
to
would-
some
and she
supporters
would
she
tell
let them
you.
talk. She
And no,
don't
and-
do what you do, buddy. She's not.
Yeah,
you.
and
She
no,
does
she
not
would do
what you
this. She would absolutely tell you to stop supporting Trump and that you were doing horrible for the country by supporting Trump.
Okay, see, that's a person who never met her. See, when you woke up, bro, you gotta, I like her because she actually willing to listen to other supporters and willing to take different parts from the conservative party and bring the good parts from the conservative party and the good parts from the Democratic party and put them both together, which is what she really got to do if she want to win in Texas. But still, that's why I really like her, because she literally forced to bring both sides, both good parts of both sides together.
Jasmine Crockett would
would
tell you
say-
to support Harris, and any thought that you have in your head that she wouldn't tell you to do that is actually delusional.
I would tell her, no, I'm gonna wait till you run for president. I would tell her that, and
But
she would not say that.
she would
that's
ask you,
delusional.
what is the
She would
relevant
fully
difference between
understand
her and Harris that means you support her but not Harris?
because she's a strong black woman, and she will.
And why wouldn't you say that
understand exactly
about
what I
Kamala
mean when I
Harris?
say that.
Why wouldn't you say that about Kamala Harris?
Well, because she just don't got the put. I don't really even. I never seen her.
So
debate
like
in
again, you
Congress Hall.
don't like
I never
Kamala Harris
seen
out of
her-
just straight vibes. It's so frustrating because there's nothing I could say to you to convince you because it's
could you
literally
like
just
somebody who don't
I don't think that she has this certain vibe that I want from her. That's it.
Okay,
That's
so-
all it
so you
is.
want me
It's
to-
just vibes based voting.
Okay, so you want me to vote for a president that I know absolutely nothing about? That's what you're saying?
I want you
That's
to
what
do.
we should do in America.
Why didn't you do research?
I did research, and it wasn't enough.
you should be
One
able to
thing
know.
I found out about her is that she did a transgender transplant on a prison inmate. That was one of the main stories I was able
No,
to pull up
all
about
you
her.
got was misinfo.
So-
Okay? So what she specifically did was she allowed for trans people to get access to hormones, which people who are not trans are also able to get access to because it's medicine. Okay, that's not surgery.
Yeah, and that wasn't good enough for me, man. You know, I want to
Okay.
see some things that she
So
actually
by the
did
way,
for black
all
community.
you know about Kamala
I
Harris
want to
is
see what she did for the black community. That's what I want to see.
you couldn't mention a single thing that Trump did for the black community that specifically was only done by him. The First Step Back that you mentioned, she helped get done. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then you
Okay.
do think she did something.
Yeah, okay, but that's just when she was just vice president. I'm talking about before
She
this.
wasn't vice
I'm talking
president. She was
before her
senator.
presidential.
She was a
I'm
senator.
talking before her presidential run.
She was a
I'm
senator.
talking what she been known
She was a
for.
senator.
Well, I know Jasmine Crockett is very recent into this, and from her beginning, I was able to see Jasmine Crockett from her beginning
I have a
all the way
question.
up to now. So that's why I'm gonna keep supporting her over Kamala Harris, and I want her to be the
Kamala.
first black president.
Okay.
So I don't care.
Wait, so
I
you
will
do
not
agree
vote
that
for her.
Kamala Harris is black now?
She mixed.
What?
She's mixed. Yeah,
Wait,
she's mixed.
okay, so she's biracial and so is Obama.
Okay.
Okay, so does that make her not black?
I never said that doesn't make her black.
So she is black.
I'm just saying she's not a strong black woman that I've
Okay, I'm
seen,
just gonna
like,
kick you. You're a
so,
waste of
yeah,
time to talk to.
not.
Complete waste of time to talk to. Let's go to the next individual.